prep.
Did Felix come around?
Felix Charles.
Yeah, he'll be back. Not Felix Charles. And he'll be back. He's coming around again. He's just been staying with us for a bit while he's been back in England.
Yeah, cool. Is he around right now?
No, he'll be back later. Probably will still be playing.
Felix doesn't like D&D, does he?
Well,
He hates everybody that plays D&D.
Alright. Second. Okay. So I haven't updated the... It's the 25th of Alturiac at the end of the last session. Oh, I guess I'll do a recap. Oh yeah, since we're streaming. Are we streaming now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll do a recap then. You made your way into Athkatla, the city of coin. An oligarchy ruled by wealthy merchants behind the facade of a monarch. You quickly found that bureaucracy is the name of the game in Athkatla. Either people do it for kicks, or it's a way to squeeze extra money out of people. Regardless, you couldn't really get around it. There's fees for docking. There were fees for being able to cast spells in the city. You were fined for essentially drawing your weapons or like casting spells in a government building. A lot of arcane laws that you weren't privy to, and unfortunately, ignorance is no excuse when it comes to the laws in Athkatla.
So to clarify, we bought something that allowed us to cast spells, and then we were fined for casting spells.
Immediately afterwards, yes, that's right. But other than that, there is a nice side to Athkatla. It is bustling with activity. All manner of interesting people. The cuisine is fantastic, and well, probably on par with the stuff we've had in Chult. Though a lot of the time in Chult, I think you were wandering through the jungle, eating yacha beetles. So it's nice to have like proper spiced stews and all this sort of stuff, and spiced wines. Those of you who have been addicted to Black Lotus can definitely find that in pretty readily available supply as well in certain seedy taverns amongst Athkatla and all other sorts of pleasures you might want in this huge city. I think that was mostly, and then a lot of your time was spent with the merchant Thurzach, who runs the City of Brass, a seemingly little store that's quite large from inside, and he has realm-wide connections that allow him to put out a word, to almost magnetize magical items to him. A lot of trade passes through him, and for a small fee, you can gain access to that network. So you spent some time gearing up, spending some of your hard-earned gold and platinum on some uncommon magic items, and put out an order for some of the more rare pieces, which you paid a retainer for. And since then, while he's been tracking down the items, he did warn you it can take a while, and it's not really surprising. Some of these items have not been seen or heard of, and maybe exist only in legends. And being able to track them down is no small feat. But Thurzach is renowned for this sort of thing. So you've come to the right person, and one by one, the items have started popping up. At the end of the 3 months, he has managed to procure every single one of the items you asked for, with the exception of the Ring of Spell Storing, which had a minor hitch, a complication as he called it. But during this time, you so a lot of time would have been spent sort of negotiating with him and middlemen, all sorts, getting fair prices and bartering, making sure the item is exactly what you want. So there are lots of different swords in the world, for instance, and the descriptions can range from incredibly detailed to very, very sparse. And it's kind of your call whether he puts time and effort into following up leads if it's not exactly the item you're looking for. If we imagine that there is no real sort of codex of all the magic items that exist, and they're just kind of known by property and legend and myth, then that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, so I need to advance the month and advance the date by 3 months. Most of that, I think we discussed what your living expenses were earlier. It's pretty funny how everyone was like, "Oh yeah, frugal for me. Oh yeah, Carmen is gonna, I don't know, perform on the streets with Summerwise to make a bit of extra cash when you're sitting there like more wealthy than probably 90% of the entire city." So yeah, that was pretty funny, but that's fine. Whatever you want to do.
I said modest.
We have to keep up appearances like we're normal people now.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you can't like just rent an apartment. It's not like lavish or luxurious and perform in the streets. Like, it's fine. That's what you want to do.
I think it was more just
Well,
in
it's
terms
half
of
of it
meals and stuff, right? I think okay,
There's boredom as well.
do we have a place we can come back to that we've? Because does that count as like above modest?
Yeah. If you read the player's handbook, it talks about like the different lifestyles. So it might cover like renting a small house or apartment or something.
Because I think we ought to probably do that. Sorry, I didn't realize it was super. It was actually really specifically in the rules. I know that May doesn't. She's not like. She's always hunted for her food, so she's chill with like saving, but she wouldn't be like super like unnecessarily frugal because it's not a big deal. If they're in the city, they probably have to buy food. It's not like she can just go hunting. You know, what's she gonna do? Catch cats and
Hunt
halflings.
hunt half.
You could fucking try.
Okay, so I'll have a look. But I think it would make sense for us to have somewhere we can come back to every day if we're going to be there for ages.
Mine was modest, anyway.
Or could we not just go to the ship to stay on the ship?
Yeah, we got to deal with your docking fees. I can't remember how much that was. Was that 5 gold
Just
pieces a
5 gold
day?
a day.
Yeah.
So just live on the boat.
I'm happy to go on the boat every day.
So it's
Makes sense, doesn't it?
But is Carmen happy to be on the boat every day?
That's what I just said.
She is the captain. I mean, the boat is okay. Again,
It's
it's not. It's not great. It's not like it's cramped under deck like conditions. But you can go back there every day if you want.
I don't think Owynn would. Can we rent an apartment for ourselves?
Yeah,
So-
that would just be modest lifestyle expense.
Yeah, I mean, if Tili's living modest, I imagine that Owynn would be like, guys, if we're here for a little while.
Yeah.
I think Ciel gets free room and board at the Most Holy Order of the Radiant Heart. It's sparse, but it's like frugal or whatever for free.
Okay.
I don't know if I suppose if Owynn made the case for himself as a.
I mean,
foreign
Owynn, if
corp.
he was just to get an apartment with enough spaces, he'd just be like, "Hey guys, we can just use this," and no one would think about the money.
Yeah, May wouldn't even think about it. She'd be like, "Oh, cool," and then just like whatever. Just the idea of it sounds like fun to her, but she wouldn't otherwise take the initiative to go and do that because she'd just happy to be on the ship.
I mean, essentially, if people, I mean, we obviously have the set ship, but other than that, there'd be a case of like, if he thinks everyone's going to split up, then he'd be like, Oh, I've got this room for us all.
Is it because I suppose Athcat is super big? And
Okay,
if the
no.
dock is on one
just
side.
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Comfortable is your own place. Modest would be renting a boarding house, inn, or temple.
Rent a
Oh.
temple.
Well, rent. No, you don't rent the temple. You rent a room in a temple.
I'd like one Torm temple, please.
I need a deposit of this many lashings for all your sins.
Yeah, so comfortable would be at least your, well, to be 2 gold pieces a day. But
I think Tili said modest, right?
she said modest, so she's just renting.
Is modest lower than comfortable?
Yes. Yes. It goes wretched, squalid, poor, modest, comfortable. So, so Ciel, you would get a free modest lifestyle at the most holy order of the Radiant Heart. But you would have some duties every day. You will need to like bless holy water and stuff and meet with petitioners, which you can fit in between your research into the Raven Queen Shadowfell, because there is a lot, like a library there, and libraries you can go to nearby libraries in the temple district, because many temples maintain large bodies of lore.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, think about your lifestyle choices and stuff. I just advanced the month. It will be what 90 times 5 for the ship at least gold pieces,
Okay.
so 450 gold pieces.
Is it 5 gold today?
Yep. Athcat is a busy port.
Motherfuckers.
I'll just pop that in the chat for you.
Yeah. So, I think Owynn would make sure that Ciel still had a space. So, as far as I'm aware, I'll probably just pay for the comfortable for everybody.
Okay. What about Carmen? She's captain of a ship. Would you keep a space for her?
Yeah, as in, like,
Yes. So I think she would definitely stay on the ship because she's also, like she's getting into this whole captain role quite a lot.
Okay.
But I don't know about like I mentioned the stronghold suggestion for the ship before, but I don't remember if anybody's.
Yeah, you've used up a lot of your money, so you'll you'll have to get some more before you
know.
start thinking of strongholds. But
I know, but like, yeah, like I forgot how much it is, but like how much is it anyway?
10,000 for a stronghold, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Carmen's selling a snakeskin, so she might put her personal money into that if people are okay with her doing it. But then
Well,
you still got to pay
well-
for your ring of spell storing.
well, yeah, that's sure.
There was a hitch though, so we don't quite know what's going on. Yeah.
And that's the thing, we don't actually have enough money to buy everything.
No.
So,
We have some stuff, but if we're talking like super rare or whatever it's called, very rare,
Very rare.
then yeah, we
Frostbrand.
won't.
yeah, but it's so cool.
Well, we do have quite a lot. The amulet that you were trading in is 20,000, and then the staff striking was 15,000, and that between them is almost good enough to be able to get your Frostbrand, and then we might have the money for the rest of the things.
Oh, did you sell the amulet and the staff?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I've basically it's in the shopping. I can get rid of the shopping list now, can't I? Because that's all been done.
Hmm. Is anyone else seeing Rohan's webcam?
Not at the moment.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, what the hell? How weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. I can only see Kim and Rich, and I very momentarily saw him, and then poof, gone. So fucking roll 20.
So,
I'll try reconnecting.
I think we're fine for wealth, right?
Not to get everything, no. No, we all
is
want
the
it.
amulet of the Black Skull? Is it 20k? It's like list price. It's not how much you actually get for it.
You said it was he would pay 20,000 because it was
He would
a
pay
40,000 ray, and then he takes
Because
a
it's very
50%
rare.
cut.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, and Staff of Striking similarly, he takes off 5k for the curse. Got it.
Yeah.
I think it's just
Great.
because other goods is the thing that takes up so much of our wealth, isn't it? Is that what I'm looking at? And in terms of actual like liquid gold, we've only got 1,000 gold.
So
Not
in
bad.
terms of coins, yeah, it looks like we only actually have so we have liquid, but we can sell some of the trade goods, which is just like the really random shit. So we can amass together like 8,000 from the ship plus everything that's in our bags. We have loads of platinum as well.
Yeah, I'm holding on to 750 platinum.
So we can get quite a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, someone gave
Because
me
I can only
1,000, didn't
see
they?
2 bags because the other ones are personal. It means that I don't actually know how much everybody has, so I can't do everything.
How do I access my bag's character sheet?
It's through the same way you access your normal character sheet.
It's only got a bio. Am I just like?
Oh,
Is there,
make-
is there another tab?
Kim might not have
No.
given you permissions. He might not have given you the right permissions.
Maybe allow me to edit as well.
Yeah. That's yeah. My bad. I've just put it in your journal.
DM things right, guys.
There you go, Laura. So
Thank
you
you.
should be able to get at it now if you close it and open it again. What about Ciel? Do you have the right permissions? No,
Just check.
don't. No, I've just added that for you.
Okay, I actually have like put all of my money in there actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully everyone has done all of their stuff associated with spending shit. So what items did we ask for? Is it in the chat?
Is it not on your shopping list? I have it
I
recorded
didn't put
here.
in the rare items apparently.
Okay, so you asked for
no, I
a
did.
flame tongue saber, a ring of spell storing, a frostbrand saber, studded leather +1, a light crossbow +2, and plate +1.
Do we know what's give me a sec, I'll put these in and then we can figure out what rarity they're in.
I want to play Baldur's Gate 2 again now.
What rarity? So flame tongue is presumably very rare.
Yes,
Okay,
everything
frost.
else is rare. No, sorry. Frostbrand is very rare. Everything else is just rare. Flame tongue is rare.
What about the string of spell storing?
Rare.
Oh,
Oh,
dope.
really?
Okay.
What?
Yep.
And so it's 40,000 for the very rare, and then it was
Hello.
what's rare? Just 4,000.
Jeez.
I forgot.
So we would need to amass, assuming that it's 4,000. We would need to amass 15,000 gold.
Yes, it is. Rares are 4,000
Cool.
to buy.
Oh, and then also our living expenses as well. So I might just mark off all the living stuff on my bag, so that we don't have to deal with that.
No.
No.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so Owynn has the equivalent of nearly 12,000, maybe.
In liquid cash.
He's got loads of platinum. Yeah, he's got 5,000 gold and then 700 platinum.
Okay.
And that's after spending the living expenses. So
Is that your rent?
he has paid for comfortable for everybody. That's whether or not everyone's going to use it. They might spend like one night or whatever, but it's there in case everyone wants it.
Oh, so generous.
Ooh.
Plus, I assume
Money
it'll.
we all earn together, God.
Yeah, but I'm also assuming that like Tili would drink her weight in that anyway.
May is really, really excited by staying in a cool. Wait, what have you? Is it going to be an
It's
actual place we
comfortable.
bought?
So it's an apartment in the Temple of Torm.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah, why not?
There is no
Sounds
temple.
cool.
No, there's not.
Oh, you can't actually do that. Oh, so you like outright bought a fucking apartment? What are we gonna do when we leave?
It's just
Right.
rental.
We've rented. Yeah.
Or we've rented? Oh, sorry. I thought you said comfortable. I thought that was when you buy something.
No.
It's all rent for the most part.
Okay.
Uh,
Cool.
I mean,
they don't assume you.
I think he'd probably just look for something central-ish, so it's close to the docks, close to the library, close to the merchants and stuff. So,
Right in the centre.
more or less, yeah. Is Emmy sleepy?
She looks weird. She's got bits of her shaved.
Okay, yeah.
I bet she's super handsome anyway.
Yeah, she's acting really weird. Like, apparently she was growling at the nurses and the vet.
Did she go under anaesthetic? Kind of?
Yeah. So
Or, like,
she's
general?
she's like wobbling around and she's licking my hands, which she never does.
Yeah.
And it's so cute. She's okay. She lost 2 teeth though.
2?
Yeah, she had 2 cracked teeth.
Why did they take 2 out? She had 2 cracked teeth.
Yeah.
How was she cracking her teeth?
I think she probably, ran face first into the table.
Sorry.
She does
sorry.
do that.
She's done it before, yeah. So assuming they're both on the same side, that could definitely be it.
Oh, dear.
Emmy. What an idiot.
You've got to be careful when playing now, because she does. She's down 2 teeth.
Okay, I think I've updated everything. 25th of Myrtle.
So, if we were to sell plate armor, because we happen to have another plate armor, how much would we get for that?
Yeah, you've got 2 suits of plate.
Well, one's for Ciel, right? Oh,
Well, she's getting
Actually-
plate
She's
plus
sold
1.
a splint.
she is getting plate plus 1.
And she can sell her split, yeah. So, plate would get
750.
750, yeah.
We just get that back. Oh, because it's 1,500. Gotcha. We get half.
Yeah, that's right. Although the Most Holy Order of the Radiant Heart aren't particularly interested in those suits. I'm sure you
Yeah.
can find other buyers. But, if you were to ask, the blacksmith if he wanted the suits off you once you got them prepared.
Yeah.
It's
Are you
probably
happy
not.
with that, Ciel? Did you want to keep them, or are you happy to go with your plus 1?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
And then I assume we'd get 100 for the splint if we were going to sell your splint. Do you sell that as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, that means we need even less money. Is there anything else people are selling?
I think I've already given you what I've sold, as in I've put it on the ship's goods.
Oh, on the trade
list.
goods and stuff. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So the
Oh.
quiver, the sad face thing, and the pendulum stone wolf. Moi. Let me know
Cool.
if they're done wrong. I think that's fine, isn't it?
No, that seems fine.
Yeah.
So my amulet's taken into account, right?
So that would be we would sell amulet, a Draculi. I think that's about a Draculi. Draculi skin, staff of striking, and the black skull. Yeah, and the amulet. That's
Just one skin.
yes, at the moment.
Now you're paying for everyone's living expenses, Owynn, except Carmen, who
Nope, I included Carmen's as well,
included
so
Carmen.
she can.
So it's 2 gold pieces per person, so 10 gold pieces a day, so 900.
Yes,
Yeah,
done.
If Owynn like pays for it, she might spend some time there occasionally, but like go back and forth between ship and the place. There were a few things I wanted to sell actually. Let me just check. Yeah, I have like loads of giant croc.
Giant what?
Croc teeth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can sell those for a silver piece each.
Okay, I'll keep one, so I'll have 9 whole silver pieces.
Yeah.
Oh,
as
I
part
Oh
of the
wait, no,
performance
9.
in the streets with
18, sorry.
Summerwise, reenacting your amazing exploits in Chult. And you're happy to sell your teeth as like mementos to the
Yeah.
children that gather around to listen to your tales.
Bloody rich children.
Yeah.
Spending their silver piece pocket money. Yeah.
I just remembered. Since we are spending a long time here, I think one of the first things May would try to do, and she would try to rope everyone else into it, is to try to figure out if we can find a way to resurrect the ghost lantern lady.
Oh. Could that be what you're researching as well, maybe?
So that would be I guess just before she decides to go full on into like
The
dad
fatherland.
territory, and the fatherland. Yeah. She would like, oh, what about Starfall? And do you think she would want to be maybe not just stuck in this lantern? Maybe we could free her somehow. There has to be someone around here that knows what to do with it.
There might be a really powerful elfin wizard that has a base underneath the city where we could ask.
Can I speak with her? You don't have to have any. If you prefer to like prepare something for this particular request, Kim. Sorry, I only just remembered having noticed it in my inventory. Who I would find to maybe help me. Obviously going to temples and stuff. I assume other people would be interested in helping me as well. Is that wrong?
I mean, I would help where I can, but I don't think I can help. It's about the difficulty is knowing what to do. And Tili is not the kind of person to. If you needed her like strong arm for something, then of course she'd help. But otherwise, she's not going to do shit. She won't be able to.
So it must be it's probably like a Ciel and Owynn sort of task, isn't it? Really.
Carmen is the smart one in all the magical things.
Well,
If Carmen thinks she'd be able to help as well, then yeah.
Sorry?
Do you think Carmen would be willing to try to rescue this Starfallen as well?
Sure. I don't know if the thing is like I don't think she actually knows anything about reviving sort of magic.
But I mean, it's just more bouncing ideas off could be
Yeah.
temple and stuff.
She'd spend time doing it.
She'll be definitely happy to help until she finds out how much it costs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fair enough.
Because it's going to be expensive. So.
Okay, so.
But she doesn't know that because she's really stupid.
I mean, we don't know that. It might not be as simple as a resurrection because she's attached to another.
So we would probably go to temples and ask there maybe speak only people that seem like welcoming and like decent rather than asking for money. So it is, yeah.
Yep. You guys are doing a lot of research in general, so we'll roll that into that. No problem.
Okay.
That's totally fine.
I'm not.
No. So what we'll do is we'll go over the stuff you've been up to during your 3 months of downtime. Then we'll come back to Thurzach with his items and his complication, and then we can see where we go from there.
Super.
Right. So I'll start with Tili, with your low-level mercenary work.
Prostituting herself.
Things you deem to be a good cause.
Yeah. So she'll look up like people looking for help, and the things could be as simple as being a sort of bouncer or something as well. But I don't think she'd get much bouncer work because she's a tiny halfling. So
Yeah, so actually what you have been up to in your 3 months, you start off with that sort of work, just kind of not really sure what to do with yourself after if you've been in such high peril situations for so long. It's like an adrenaline junkie. You come down from that and you're not really sure what to do with this slow meandering way of life, even in a lively city such as Athkatla. Take on a few jobs, maybe being a bouncer, but then you meet an organization called the Chain Breakers. This is like a loosely knit kind of mercenary organization that has a sole purpose, which is to overthrow the rampant, corrupt human slave trafficking
what
that
is a slave trade?
way into the heart of Athkatla, and even infests a lot of the Sword Coast.
Do they do children as well?
Do they do children?
I mean, do they trade children? Do they?
Yes, these slave traders do.
No.
Yeah, so you fall in with this group, thinking it an incredibly worthy cause, for obvious reasons.
Mhm.
And I think this would tie in with Owynn as well, because you wanted to help people occasionally, do your own research and hop around helping people. So I think you would have latched on to this as well. And you spend like there aren't sort of missions every day, but there are a few instances where you get a tip off of a location where these, like a slave warehouse, or where a deal is going down, and whether or not, I think Tili for sure, you're chaotic. Owynn, you're lawful. That's presumably lawful to your own morals rather than caring about the law, especially of Athkatla, which is corrupt through and through. It's an oligarchy. But what you do and what the Chain Breakers do, they're not exactly an endorsed organization. They basically carry out vigilante justice, where the authorities won't act because they're being tipped off. They're in the pocket of these slave traders for the most part. There's a lot of money in it, and so these undercover operations that you go, where you bust down doors and essentially deliver your version of justice to these foul slave traders, often ends up with scuffles with the guards. For the most part, you don't kill any guards. They're just doing jobs after all. So you stay your hands. It's easy enough to do that, right? Non-lethal damage is
Knock 'em
super
out.
easy to do.
Yeah.
But over the several months now, the word has spread. There's been a noticeable dent in the slave trade. Ships that would normally be coming into Athkatla to offload their human cargo are suddenly veering away and changing course, as the city is marked as a no-go zone. There are tales spread of a ferocious, like, demigod halfling, and her this angel that accompanies her. So these rumors are spreading far and wide, and yeah, you can't really reveal yourself because it's not really above board. But that's the results of your exploits.
Nice. That's pretty great. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And by now you're very powerful. So a lot of what the slave traders can bring to bear, your normal thugs and mercenaries, is really not anything
Nothing
can't
really.
handle. However, with these rumors spreading, and with such a serious stopper in the cash flow of the slave trade of incredibly powerful people, you may have to watch your back. There may be some serious bounty hunters, assassins coming for you as a result of
Let
this.
them come.
They can fucking try.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, people who've been doing skills and stuff. That's all. That's easily completed. So disguise kit, you're done. You can add your proficiency with disguise kit. Owynn, you can add your proficiency with cartographer's tools. Carmen, your thieves tools. I think. May, had you already finished dwarvish?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, and any of those that are ongoing training, you would have easily had time for. So you can all mark those as done and add them as proficiency. Thieves tools is dexterity. Yeah.
Nice.
Other proficiency. Wow. That's a tough one. Learning other proficiency. All right, who's next? Yeah. Sorry, I hope you don't mind if I rolled you into Tili's exploits, Owynn. I mean, your other stuff like sweeping streets is a bit less noteworthy. So
It keeps them humble sometimes.
Well,
sure.
sorry, I probably should have. I'm just talking to Richard about May's researching. He's helping her with it as well.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess we'll come on to the research now because both May and Ciel were generally just doing research. So Ciel looking into, you're doing your daily duties at the church. I don't know, Nina, would Ciel have done stuff like this before? This is more sort of, it's more sort of acolyte work. It's really talking to just normal people, delivering the message of either the Red Knight or the various associated deities. So I don't know if you would have done this stuff before, or if you've been more hands-on and only been a more martial arm of the church.
She's probably hands-on.
Okay, so this is kind of new to you,
Yeah.
having to perform, maybe not sermons, but you would have to say blessings for holy water. You will have to advise people who need help with their daily life, advising them the teachings of your god. I don't know how well you do at that. You can either roll for it, or I don't know if this is something that Ciel would take to, or if she would be incredibly awkward about it.
She would definitely try her best to help people.
Yeah. All right. So you do your best with the teachings that you know, and in the time you have free when you're not delivering, you're not doing these services. You're off researching, and you probably meet together with Owynn and May because you're all just doing your research together. You quickly congregate on the Temple of Ogma, a deity of knowledge and learning, an incredibly wide collection of tomes, a very peaceful environment with which to do your research, and very knowledgeable acolytes to point you in the right direction.
Like this Temple of Ogma? Oh, it's like the one from Candlekeep, though.
Yeah, there is one in Candlekeep.
It's not. It's a bit open. Well, actually, it might
Yeah.
just be just the style that there's probably a roof on it, but you can't see it.
Did you link something?
Oh, it's an image
chat?
in a D&D.
Yeah.
The D,
Oh,
sorry.
Scroll up.
Baldur's Gate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No. Ogma is the natural choice.
So we're actually all sort of together then.
I think if you didn't go to study together, you would at least run into each other quite a lot. In the temple.
Well, what do you think? What do you think if we more or less go to the same place? What do you think Owynn would be? Would he be like? Would he take it in turns helping, or would he just be in the area doing both? That seems like
He'd be
hard work.
rotating around.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Oh, sorry, I got a gate crash a slave deal tonight. Can't help you."
I think he'd try real hard to make sure that the group has like one meal together a day.
That's so funny. He's like the mum of the. Everyone,
He'd
now
kick
don't
out
forget,
his
it's
best
dinner
porridge.
time. Like and like Tilly's like playing on her iPad, and she's like, "No iPads. We're going to sit and eat together."
Put your frostbrand down.
Jahaka.
But Owynn.
What is this? You got an evocation scroll at Jahaka Bay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Fuck. Okay, I'm sure I can find it.
It's alright. It's not necessary immediately. It's just.
Do you know
Oh
what
my
level
God.
it was? Or...
Jahaka Anchorage.
We need to make a list of like stuff that we need to identify somewhere a bit more obvious.
What if it's level 9?
Evocation. What is this? Is this transmutation?
Can
Oh,
we just.
it's a scroll of Liamon's tiny hut.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Is that
What's
like
that?
It's like a little place you can sleep at night.
Yeah, if you remember Thurzak's magnificent mansion that he summoned for you, it's like that, but smaller and more.
This would have been super helpful. Damn it, Owynn.
He would have been able to only be able to cast.
He only got identified very recently when he took his bard level.
Where
We
was
had plenty
Jack?
of chances to identify it. God damn it.
Oh, look, it's got a bar top.
Oh shit! I didn't see that.
Oh my
I thought you were
God.
like, "Look at me, I'm a bard." Actually, it was your teacher.
So yes, we know that you're Richard. God.
Where was?
I guess I'd also be able to just read it as soon as I get a bard level because it would be on my spell list. Presumably.
Oh my God, that's weird, isn't
It
it?
needs to be of a level you can cast.
Okay.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because you can cast high level stuff. Yeah, so you would have been able to read it immediately as soon as you gained it.
I could theoretically cast that, but I assume even as a ritual, you probably would just be expended.
Scrolls, yeah, they are.
Where was Jahaka?
Jahaka Anchorage. That's where the pirates were.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So research. You just give me an investigation roll, Nina.
For 3 months.
What the fuck? 3 months? Oh.
Wow. So in terms of the Shadowfell, let me just take a quick look at your backstory again.
That's probably with advantage as well, because she's getting help.
She's a Raven Queen bitch.
Yeah, we don't know who your patron is, do we?
Raven Queen.
No, it might be the Raven Queen.
I thought that's what.
You just don't know
decided.
for sure.
I thought that's what Sabrina decided.
Is that what you decided?
Did you actually write that down in your background thing?
Not sure if I actually wrote it.
Probably not. Never mind.
Oh yeah, no, there you go.
Does it say
You
Raven
did.
Queen?
Did. Alright. That's fine. That puts things into some good context. So in terms of the Shadowfell, creatures in the Shadowfell, lots of undead. It's full of them. Full of undead. Liches. There's a race of elves called the Shadarkai.
Okay.
who have been in the Shadowfell so long that they like absorb or adapted to it, became weird shadowy elves. The Raven Queen, I suppose you would have had interest in because after your incident in the Shadowfell, you've gained these powers, though your patron seems decidedly absent. She's not, unlike the Red Knight, perhaps, who's a bit more forthcoming, although you might not have spoken to her directly. The Raven Queen doesn't appear to give you any directions. She doesn't appear to want anything from you. But you sense something at the back of your mind, like there is something lurking there, watching your moves. And so you've decided to research the Raven Queen, try to learn more about this shadowy entity. And there's actually she's not that like the knowledge on her isn't that secret and hidden. It used to be, but these days she's become more and more powerful as a deity, and her following is growing. What are her priestess? What's the clergy called?
God, I hate church terminology. I never know the difference either.
Yeah, they've got I think they're like handmaidens or something. But I can't find any references to it at the moment. But there is like a church. It's quite small, but the fact that it exists at all on the material plane is enough of evidence of her growing power. Previously, she was worshipped almost exclusively on the Shadowfell as like the patron of the Shed Archive. So what you learn about the Raven Queen is unfortunately that no one really understands her, which is actually in line with what you felt now. You don't really understand what it is she wants you to do. She's not fond of undead. And your what's the word? Your conflict with Asarak. In that battle, you would have felt her presence most strongly.
Okay.
So your current leads now, the result of your research, is that you kind of understand a bit more about why you've not got much of this direction. You understand a bit more about what she might want you to do, but she's not. She doesn't appear to be the type to physically force you in those directions. And you also know that if you really wanted to get a sense of it, get closer to this patron of yours, maybe that her priestess order might be a good place to start. But yeah, they're a very, very small order. They don't exist in Athkatla. And when I find out what the bloody order's called, then I can tell you where they might be. For now, we'll just move on. Okay, so that leaves May, and then Carmen. So, May, you're looking up lands to the east. The show.
Yeah. So you know what country I'm talking about, right? It's called like some gay word. I don't like pronouncing because it's super gay, right?
Show long.
Oh, show long. That's fine, but carrot cake.
Character.
Character.
Carrot.
The
is
eastern
the
lands of Karator.
is the land, and then
Yeah,
Sholong is the
the empire.
yeah.
Okay, well, you would have learned all of that in your research, I guess.
Wicked.
But specifically, so you didn't expect to find it in books, really. This man, this Dahai?
The high, yeah.
Dahai.
The pie.
The only lead she has is his name. Yeah.
Yeah, and that he's a show. So it then surprises you when you are in this Temple of Ogma reading that a priest, cowled, grey robes, very similar to cowled wizards, I suppose, shuffles up beside you. Silent, not because he's sneaking up on you, just because he just seems to be a silent person. But with your incredible perception, you easily notice him. I think Yoshimo is from Karator and Tomoko as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, Karator. So this priest will wander up beside you, uncharacteristic of the priesthood of Ogma, who are very much of the opinion that if you're searching for knowledge, you should be left alone to concentrate and read. And he will say,
Hello. Sorry. Oh.
Sorry, no, sorry. He will say in like a hushed voice, library level voice, just softly enough for you to hear, as close as he is. He'll just ask you, what is your interest in the land of the show, child?
So, as May is not really the type to be super secretive, I guess this would probably be on a day where Owynn, no one else is around to stop her from being like, well, honestly, my dad is supposed to be from that place, and yeah, I don't know who he is, and you could probably tell that I've got his blood in me or whatever, and I'm just trying to figure out what happened to him. All I know is that he came west, and since I'm in such a big city, I thought might as well look at, like, she's just full on just just fucking
Oversharing.
just absolutely oversharing. Yeah. Why do you ask? Who are you again?
Who I am is not important. It seems to me that who is important is who your father is.
What? Her heart
What did you say his name was again?
Dahai?
Yes.
Wait.
Well, I happen to have some connections that are very good at locating people.
Just like she like just stands up, probably a bit too loudly. But tell me more.
If you wish to know more, come to this building after dusk tonight.
She looks around
And
frantically.
he hands you a piece of paper. It's got a crudely sketched charcoal. It's got some Athkatlan landmarks on it, so you can kind of work out where it is in Athkatla. And there's like an X marked on it.
Okay. At what point in this 3 months does this happen? And would it be easy to stick it at the end of the 3 months?
Yeah, it would happen. So your initial few months would have been spent looking up the show, and then you would have realised, obviously, there aren't going to be any history books about my dad, and then you would have been asking around, just in taverns, whatever you could. You'd be putting out the name of the hive. So this would have happened like towards a couple of months in.
Yeah, no, that's why she's like. I'm trying to think like who would maybe like stupid enough to just go alone. No, she probably. Well, I haven't decided that yet.
You sure?
I need to figure it out in my head first.
Hasn't she literally done that before?
Well, yeah, exactly. But she's also quite excited
have your
to tell
subject?
people. Like she'd probably be excited to tell Owynn and Ciel. She's been talking to them about it.
True.
And she's not necessarily keen to be secretive or like lone wolfy about it, but she might be so excited that she'll be keen to. She'll probably mention it at dinner, like, guys, something amazing happened. Yeah. So let's say over dinner we're like talking.
What time are you having dinner? Is it after dusk?
Yeah.
That's true. I suppose is it still like when? Oh no, it would be like springtime, wouldn't it? At this point.
Yeah.
So not necessarily if we're supping at like 5 p.m. equivalent or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it probably is. If we
He did just say after dusk, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's always after dusk.
So let's say we're eating, and I'll be like, guys, something exciting is happening, and you can totally come with me if you want. Although he didn't say alone, did he? Did he?
No, he didn't.
Yeah. So he just said, yeah, something. She's like shaking and heart racing.
What? What's that?
Knees weak, arms are. Yeah. Okay. Owynn spaghetti. Yeah, she just explained that one of the priests in the temple of Ogma. I mean, I've been spending weeks in there trying to learn more about the people, maybe finding any account of him, and he just walked up to me and told me that he happens to know possibly people that might know of him, and that I should meet him after dusk. What? And like chucks the paper in front of them, like, here. I mean,
Man, how could a guy like
you
that
have to
think
go.
that kind of scam would work on anyone? I mean, it's so obvious.
But what a scam? But
Tread carefully, youngling.
where did Tili go? Why has she been replaced by some fucking weirdo?
Tilly activated her Millennium Pyramid thing. Turned into a normal-sized person.
It's like, why have you got a man's voice? You're a man all along. You're just really small, so it makes your pitch really high. Okay, so that is May's sort of invitation to. If does anyone want to? Okay, so Carmen says, "Oh, it's a fucking scam." Tilly thinks it's dangerous. She's like, Owynn, will you come with me? Will you all
Yeah,
come
Owynn
with me?
thinks it's worth checking out.
I mean,
Like, even if there's a slim possibility.
I have to go. I have to go. Please.
don't you think it's a little bit weird though? Why would he be even interested? I mean, what if he just thinks of maybe he's just gonna snatch you up and then sell you to slavery or something?
Probably not.
I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know about you, but I've escaped many a capture. I might be
I know
okay.
that. He doesn't know that. I mean, I'll go along, just for laughs.
Yeah,
It would mean a lot to me if you guys would.
I mean, if
Come.
something happens, I can't do anything because it's illegal to cast magic anywhere except if you're in a confined room.
Take a dagger or something.
I think
You can't cast magic in government buildings. It's like walking into a bank and pulling out a gun.
Yeah, but we asked and they said the only place you're allowed to cast magic is in the confines of your personal
Yes.
space, which is not the street.
No, you can't walk out with a gun in the street either.
Yeah, but I asked him then whether or not it was okay to defend yourself, and he couldn't give me a straight answer. So no. Even when I brought up self-defense and like threat of death, he's like, "Well." So no.
Oh no! Oh, fuck's sake!
So I won't be doing anything because I don't want to lose it another 100 gold.
You're okay with losing May, but not 100.
Sure. She's slippery. I trust her. She's a pro. Okay, I trust her. But I'll still sit there and laugh at her when she gets like kidnapped.
Why would you laugh? That's so mean.
I'll come and get you after with everybody else, but when it happens, I'll be like.
Me and Tili have shut down some smuggling rings, and I've used my magic then, and nothing untoward has happened. I imagine the same will happen here.
I use my
Really?
magic too. Nothing.
Do they have like magic to detect magic and then just pop up and arrest you?
Probably for if like something bad's going to happen, yeah. But like, I don't think they'll do it for every magic that they detect.
Well, yeah. That when the cloud wizards appeared before, they didn't look like they teleported in. It looked like they were there the whole time, guarding the government building, and then appeared when you cast your magic.
As in, they're already there, just invisible.
Yeah.
And he has a thing. He has a thing which they will say, okay, he's casting magic, but he has the license to, so there's no reason to go check it out.
They'll see. I think what we discussed was they'll see the ping of magic being cast and the fact that there was a stone that was registered in that address at the time.
Oh, the area,
So they'll put 2 and 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Not that we know all of that, but we know some of it because I got a bit of an intro.
Yeah, you don't know for sure, but it's a reasonable deduction. That's probably how it works.
Okay. So,
by the way, yes, I think we're going with you.
Should we?
Yeah.
Do you want to do Carmen? Is anything Carmen you want to follow up with Carmen, or do you want to keep going with this? Kim.
Well, there's not much for Carmen. A lot of it involves the complication with the ring of spell storing. As long as you're okay with that, Mickey.
I'm fine with it.
I didn't go into too much detail, but
I was gonna go feed Emmy Nelson.
I just at some point wanted like a performance roll because just to see how well you were at spreading your fame, because I think that was your goal, right?
Yeah.
God damn it, Carmen. We're supposed to be fucking.
She's planted her seed and she's gonna spread it.
I thought that was Owynn that was planting a seed. His cursed seed.
Not canon.
Alternate universe Owynn is a slut. A slut with a rash. Anyway, go on. Okay, so we all going, I guess.
Yeah, but
Ciel?
I would suggest that
Carmen's not going.
Carmen was going.
She was just laughing at us from the sideline.
She said she'll go for a laugh.
I would say like one person should go in with them, so we're not all in the same place at the same time, just because we're more vulnerable like that.
Send the small child. We've done this smuggling deal before, Send in the small one, and then be like, "Bam! We got you."
Kids,
I mean, if you're getting kind of infamous now, Tili and you, Owynn, maybe I need someone a little bit more, a little bit less known, like Ciel.
Who?
You don't know me. I have many leather-bound books.
Ciel!
Who's
I'm
that?
not even sure if Ciel said she's doing her duties in
Duty.
Duties.
duty.
Do.
She would go with her, wouldn't she? Surely.
Well, Owynn tries to get everyone around for dinner most days, so we're just assuming, unless you would never go to those dinners.
Yeah, that's the thing. Ciel might not be actually at the dinner in the first.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, so if you wouldn't go to the dinners, if you just take your supper in the temple and ignore your companions, because you're happy to get away from them.
That's fine. That seems unlikely.
Okay, maybe I should just ask Owynn to go with her then, and then maybe Tili can be stationed nearby, but somewhere or something. We'll just wing it as well. I'll scout just to make sure there's not something super like
Shady.
like there's a trap or something. Yeah, it's a shame we won't have Ciel's magic sense with us.
A trap.
Just
I mean, maybe
Have a
you can
go.
come find me and take me with you.
well, we don't know where you
Oh,
are. That's the issue, do we?
Oh no, you do. You know she's always at the temple, the order of the the most noble radiant heart. What is it called?
The Order of the Most Noble Radiant Heart.
That one.
Is that on the way back from the Temple of Ogma, though?
It's in the temple district as well as the temple of Ogma. Yeah.
Okay, so. Yeah, sure. So she would probably run straight to Ciel because she knows that she's nearby and be like, Ciel, come here. Okay, so blah blah blah. Tell Ciel this is what happens. What does Ciel say?
Sure, I'll help out.
Cool, that's easy enough.
Pretty much.
So what we said earlier. So Ciel, Owynn, Carmen, Tili coming along too.
Yeah, Tili is, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Make this a whole like fucking the newest adventure. Well, that's not really an adventure. We're just going just in case I get fucking mugged.
I would just suggest 2 or 3 people going in, though.
Oh yeah, just be if you want people just be nearby. Like maybe Carmen and Tili could be nearby.
Yeah,
that
I'll
makes
be
sense.
standing in the streets. Just
Yeah, we can pose as mother and child again, as we've already done.
Do you like hold her in a swaddle like this?
Just like, shut up! Just slap the baby.
Wah, give me booze, wah.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. I should just get like a little bottle of just ale, and just like just pop it in her mouth.
Okay.
My
So I guess
child
we
needs
just-
vodka.
It could stop some crying, maybe. So we all go to this building. May probably can find it quite easily if she's already had a good go around the
What?
city, walking around and stuff. As in, she's probably explored it a fair amount, asking around.
Especially with your feature, you would know Athkatla pretty well by now.
Yeah, exactly. So she'll be like, "It's this way." Is anyone's like, "How the fuck does she know where to go?" Okay, and it's quite dark, and I'm gonna encourage everyone to be quiet and stealthy.
Be quiet.
Ciel's pretty stealthy.
Sorry, I'm like a loud whore. Just talking to.
So I go on the building.
Let's go.
Oh.
It's called.
Hello.
Oh, it's back. Oh yeah, I didn't get that, did I?
Didn't go up.
I was considering it. I don't think I have any boots. I don't even remember. Oh no, I do, but it doesn't matter because I've got
Does
2
Owynn?
5s.
Oh, there's winged boots, isn't he?
Do you have boots? Boots of Elvenkind?
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
have
Yeah,
that
you do.
too.
Yeah, yours is a straight roll because you're at disadvantage.
Yes, it's just a 14.
Woo! Well done. It was going to be a 14, to be honest.
No, but it's still
Well, it's
good.
better than what I had.
That's true.
So you guys are just stealthing. I'm like, so where are we going again? Who are we meeting? Where? Right. Oh, this is so silly. Ah.
So wandering around after dusk, now that you realise that the curfew license was total bullshit, you May leads you down a particularly dim alleyway. The buildings press in around you, and shadows ahead of you in the wall detach from the walls and fan out in front. Hooded, cloaked figures, and you see a gleam of steel as one at the front draws a blade, angling the moonlight specifically so that you can see it. A gruff voice sounds out. Where do you think you're going then?
How close to the? Is this just on the way?
Yeah.
Okay, it was on the way.
If you look behind you, you see that
Going
more
back
shadow.
home, right, guys?
Not from the walls. Not you didn't walk straight past them, but from the surrounding area at the entrance to the alleyway have filtered in from the small amount of crowds and people and have blocked back.
Can we see if we can get a read on these guys? Like, obviously they're from the underbelly, but whom they might be from, or like.
Yeah. I mean, you can make a perception check, if you want. Did you reply, by the way? Sorry, I was busy describing. Did you reply to his?
Oh, I said, on our way home, right, Owynn? And like look at Owynn to like help.
What does Owynn notice anything, or is he?
Geez, 18. 18's pretty good. Yeah, you'll notice. One of them just doesn't quite have his cloak over his armor enough, and you'll notice the little symbol of the Shadow Thieves embroidered on the leather.
Yeah, I think we were just about to wrap up, finish eating, sweeping the streets of all the dirt.
Oh, yeah, back from a hard day's work, is it? You hard-working folk, receive your honest pay, your honest work, that sort of thing. How about, me and the boys here, we're also hard workers, and we like to get paid. So how about you just hand over what you've got on you, and then keep going. Get home nice and safe.
Oh, that seems reasonably nice. Like, he's giving us a great deal here, guys.
Sorry, I don't have any change.
Can I get like a copper out and just flick it? Can I use it as an impromptu weapon and just throw it at the guy, like in the dark kind of thing?
That's initiative, isn't it?
Because you're a monk. Yeah, absolutely. What I'll say is, so this will bring initiative. I think because you've decided to throw a coin, and you're a monk, so you just know how to do it well. It's not. You don't even have to disguise it to surprise them. They're just automatically surprised because, yeah, like why else would you? What's the point of even being a monk if you can't do shit like that, right?
Okay.
So,
it's going to be a silver because I have no copper.
Okay, so
You just have so many silvers to spare, like whatever.
So you slide this coin out of your coin purse, and look as though he can see the glimmer, and then suddenly you just like flick it with this motion, and it whizzes across. Yeah, and you hear like a yell of pain as like zip and the thud, and it hits him, and he staggers back from the force of the blow. So I just need you guys to roll initiative.
God damn it!
It's
Well,
just-
it's fine.
Yep, it's just kind of theatre of the mindy. We'll do. There's 3 ahead, 3 behind, and you're clustered in the middle. So there's no more than say 15 feet on either side. Okay, we don't have tokens. Who've we got first?
Who do you think?
Tili.
Oh, right. Because of your.
Awesome ass.
Don't forget combat music when you get round to it.
Oh yeah.
Do you know like cannons?
God damn it! It's Owynn is doing something that Tili would do. Fucking provoking.
Yeah,
You're
but he did it
spending
with-
too much time around Tili.
He did it with quite a lot of style, so it's...
I can't add anything to the turn order.
I mean, also thus far we haven't had any run-ins with the Shadow
Wait,
Thieves.
I'm not on the active scene, that's why. Right, I've got that's how
That's
Rohan
right.
worked.
You've only been
surprised it takes
dealing
so
with
long.
you've only been dealing with the slave traders.
Yeah.
Have you not met the Shadow Thieves at all?
Well,
Then
even if we had, it would probably be in a negative light.
Oh, Emmy.
Yeah, we I don't think if we have met the Shadow Thieves, we knew we met the Shadow Thieves.
okay. So this is all. I mean, this is to be expected. You guys
But
are
these could just be
pretty
thugs.
infamous now, aren't you? Got yourself
Yeah.
quite a reputation.
Yeah.
Well, Owyn's like, I don't know whether it feels like something he might know about by now. And since they've not helped out, I guess the assumption is.
Can I just for a second, Kim?
Yeah?
Can you do me a favor and close the window so Emmy can't fit through? She's quite wobbly and she tried to get on the windowsill. I just don't want her to fall off.
Yeah,
I can reach the other windows. I'll just do that. Thanks.
Short person problems.
God, yeah, no, something's broken. When I add stuff to the initiative tracker.
The fuck?
If you put a token on it, on the thing,
Yeah.
would that help?
It might. Yeah, I'm just gonna refresh, turn off my enhancement suite extension. See, that's breaking it. Still not working.
Waiting for David to bring me back McDonald's.
Well, what are
Alright.
you getting?
She'll
There you
probably
are,
bring me
Tili.
nuggets.
No,
What?
it's entirely busted.
Can Rohan select Tili and then put it into initiative?
Oh, yeah, sure, try that.
Sure.
Nope. Doesn't work. I definitely had it selected. Can you get rid of turn order and put it back in or something like that?
Can't. I don't know. Maybe it's a Roll20 thing. It's broken. Let me try turning my extensions back on if they've added some stuff to it. All right.
That's not nice.
Nope. It's totally broken. I don't think it's got anything to do with my extensions.
Just roll 20s, I reckon.
I think it's
Well,
just roll
even-
20.
Even if Rohan can't edit, then it makes it pretty difficult.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We could use our.
That's fine. I will use a pen and some paper, which I have right here.
Whoa.
No, you can't do that.
Classic. And then we'll get going. Sorry about that, guys.
Right, good old fashioned.
So, who's sorry, while it's loading, Tili's first, right, with 23.
Yeah.
And then we have
at 19.
okay. Let me roll for the thugs.
Okay, ooh, I'm not sure if I'm in the mood for killing tonight or not. I'm not sure.
Oh boy. There I go killing again.
Oh, now look what you made me do.
Alright. So then we have May with a 19.
Have you just rolled for all of them?
Carmen. Yeah. And then Owynn. And Ciel with oh no, sorry. Then it's the
Just got
Shadow
excited.
Thieves.
Good fun.
With
Oh, we got
7.
16.
And then Ciel with a classic 1.
Poor
Amazing.
CL, her rolls have been just. Are you proficient in anything, CL? Honestly.
Alright.
Okay, out of 6 rolls that you've made, 2 of them have been critical. Oh no, 5 rolls you've made. 2 of them have been critical failures. Well, one.
Well, she always has +0 to everything.
Yeah, but then she's rolled 1 twice tonight out of 5 rolls.
This is why everyone wants to be Dex characters, because they're actually useful.
Because Dex is so good.
It is like a god tier stat.
AC and initiative, you're already winning. You're already winning.
And a way better save. Dex saves are way more
Oh
useful
yeah, of course.
than strength saves.
Oh,
Well, guess we'll find out if we get in trouble for.
You can just not cast any magic, Carmen.
Just use those
Where's
stats
the
if you
fun in that?
Alright. Let's go, Tili. You oh sorry, we need to roll damage. So it would you'd all be I suppose you wouldn't even be surprised by Owen's flick.
But none of us would have attacked before he did that either. So we would have just held stuff. If
Sure. Yeah, I was gonna wave it anyway, even just for this fight, at the very least. So do you want to go and roll your martial arts damage?
Martial arts damage.
Because I think if we're classing it as a dart, then it's a monk weapon, right?
Yes, but it only works with. We read this up. It only works on melee weapons. Darts don't get the martial art die.
Okay, 1d4 then.
Okie dokie.
Improvised weapon.
Yeah,
1d4 plus dex.
This is
That hits.
It's huge.
6 points of piercing damage.
hello. Sorry. David called
Hello.
me. He called me on Facebook though, so I was just like, "Oh God."
No.
So I said, "I'm really sorry. I'm playing D&D." He just hung up. I'm like, sorry.
He knows you play D&D, surely. Alright. So we've got six Shadow Thieves.
Oh, so they are Shadow Thieves. Oh, Kim just let it slip.
No, I think
He already said it earlier.
No, he said it because Owynn and May spotted the emblem.
Did we know what the Shadow Thieves emblem was or something? Did we?
Yeah, you've been in the city long enough to know that.
Okay.
Well, even you said them. You said Tilly said about Shadow Thieves. So I guess we probably would know about him and that
Did
know their
she?
symbol.
I don't think I.
I think you
Yeah,
asked
that's
around, and the Shadow Thieves came up.
Okay.
I would expect Owynn and Tili to know about them, but everyone else it would make sense. Well, maybe Carmen would, but if Ciel and May are like indoors all day, they probably don't really listen much about it.
They're probably talked about.
All right. So this front figure staggers back with a cry, and just swears, as like everyone. There's a rasp of steel. Its blades are drawn, and cloaks whirl as they like launch themselves towards you. Tili, what do you do?
They're in range. I can start killing, can't I?
They're like 15 feet away.
Cool. Okay, I go up to one and start.
Alright. Okay, so those are all hits. 26 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a blur, you streak towards this the shadow thief now at the front, still staggering backwards, like scrabbling at this coin that's trying to work out what the hell just happened to him. And you just launch into the air, your blades whirling around you like just a whirlwind of death, slicing again and again into his body as he stumbles back into the corridor, crashes to the cobblestones, completely dead.
Why'd saving roll?
Just kill them.
May, what do you do?
Don't let any escape because they'll run back to the Shadow Thieves and tell them of us.
Yep, shooting to kill. Oh, yeah, shooting to kill.
you can't do anything else with a ranged weapon.
Yeah, that's true. Kapew!
That's a hit.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay, great shot, guys!
You get sneak attack because Tilly's next to them.
Oh, bro. Okay. Have I?
Alright.
And then I'm gonna run
19.
into like behind a building with the intention of being out of sight and hiding.
You're in an alleyway, so...
An alleyway? Okay, is it
Yeah.
a super fuck... Okay, sure. In which case, I will just chase them. Yeah. Chase behind.
That's fine.
Really.
Yep. So the bolt cracks out as a twang of your crossbow thuds into the chest of this man, standing to the left of Tilly now. As chaos begins to break loose, the cries. Wait. Oh, I've got 2 C's. That was stupid. So I think that's Carmen next.
Oh, yay! I'll run up to the person closest and then whack them with my staff.
Okay. All right. So you're attacking the group behind because you're in the behind bit. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Yeah. I guess so. Were the ones that are behind also attacking, looking like they're attacking me and Owynn, or?
So I had in my mind Tilly, May, and Owynn at the front, and Ciel and Carmen at the back.
Okay, so they're probably facing the ones they're trying to rob, right?
So these people fanned out ahead of you, and they said their words, and then behind you, a bunch appeared and blocked off your escape.
Oh,
So they're looking at you,
okay,
but you'd have to turn around to get to them.
And one of the ones ahead of me has died, and the other one was attacked, right? It's just the 2 in the front?
Yeah, there's 3 in the front and 3 in the back, and of the ones in the front, yeah, one's died. The other one's been pretty gravely wounded.
Okay. In that case, I'll turn around and just look at the ones that are closer to us and just go like, "You picked the wrong people to pick a fight with," and just whack them.
Okay, so you stride forward, swing your adamantium staff. Go ahead. It's a hit. Alright. It's 11 points of damage. Yeah.
You never hit
Yeah.
anybody with this stuff.
I know. It's pretty good staff. That's why I
Okay.
didn't want any staff replacement at the magic shop.
So you should have all of the uncommon items you bought at the end of last session equipped. You won't have any of your rares yet because that hasn't come to pass yet.
Okay, uncommon. So winged boots are uncommon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cloak of protection. I can't remember if that's uncommon or not.
It
It
is. It should be in your inventory.
It is. I just don't want to. I just put it in there to remember, so that when it's
You
the
should
session.
definitely drag that from the companion.
I have.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, that's all good and equipped. Your winged boots, also your bag of holding. Yeah, so all of those things. Your efficient quiver, wand of secrets. Yep, those you have. You have
Okay,
all
brilliant.
of those now.
Cool. Okay, thank you.
Oh, we got the counter of endless water. That's what we got. So I have that.
So there's a thunderous crack as Carmen strides forward, twirls the staff, brings it down on the head of this guy, who was absolutely not expecting this. Normally, when they corner a bunch of people, they don't, especially just like your standard weak woman dressed as a courtesan. They don't immediately launch forward and start attacking. So he is caught completely off guard. There's like a sickening thud as the staff meets skull, and he staggers backwards. All right, who's next? Owynn.
Yeah. I guess Owynn will. Owynn reckons Tili probably has it, so he's probably going to move to the behind people, and then maybe hit the one that Carmen just smacked on the nose.
All right.
Chowie. I assume that's a hit. And then
That's a hit. Yeah.
He'll go. He might stunning strike it actually. He's
All
just
right.
trying to see if he can shut these guys down.
Yeah. Did that not roll damage? Oh, it's not damage. Yeah. On save. Oh, he makes a save.
Okay, I'll smack him again.
That's a hit.
Oh no, I can't see the. Can you click that? I'm just going to refresh.
Let's see. Ooh, 10.
Nice. Yeah, I think it just broke.
Okay,
And
so
then I was going to. Yeah, sorry.
so Carmen steps forward. The staff swings down as the thug staggers backwards. Out like you just see a blur, and Carmen's hair fly forward as out of nowhere, like there's a Owynn just appears on his winged boots, a flying kick straight into the chest. He doubles over, and there's just a sickening uppercut from Owynn as he flies into the air. This man is catapulted out of the alleyway into the streets beyond, skidding across, like tumbling over the top cobblestones, and just lies in a heap, assumed dead.
Oopsie.
Damn. Owynn.
And you've still got bonus action.
I'm going to use my
just
and
Point out the
second
guy next
another
to
key
my-
to
Use move key. Yep.
yeah, and I'll hit the guy next to him. Bam.
Okay. That's a miss. You're going to use Favoured of the Gods.
Fuck it, why not? I don't think it's going to be too much.
Why do you suggest this, Kim? Why do you...
It's a hit.
Okay. He's going to stunning strike that one.
Okay.
Uh,
He's stunned. Next attack's with advantage.
nah, he's going to move to the third in the behind
Oh, okay.
area, and then he's going to hit that guy with his final strike,
That's a hit.
and then stunning strike that guy as well. That was 4 hits, 4 stunning strikes. No, 3
okay, so
stunning
it's
strikes.
guys, 2,
Yeah.
and then see. Oh, he.
Holy moly.
Damn.
Ooh.
Seems reasonable.
Not today. Not today, Tom.
Okay.
Tom's just having a nap. Like, oh, fuck, wake up.
Yeah, so Carmen, you're pretty pleased with yourself. And then suddenly, like out of nowhere, in the space of like under a second, you hear thuds, punches, cracks, and two of the like one is just thrown straight clear of the alley, and another one is thrown into the wall, and the other one into the opposite wall, and then suddenly Owen's just there.
Then that's it.
All right, well, it's their turn now. The blur of battle is still in full swing. I don't think they've taken full stock of actually what's happened just yet. So the two in front of Tili are going to. One is going to like swing around behind, and the other one feints in front. So they're doing like with two short swords. Cool. That's a hit.
Is it?
Riposte, yeah.
14 points of damage.
Oh, your superiority die. Okay, well that kills him. So the one in front of you faints, but you don't fall for it. You're a seasoned warrior. You hear the wisp of cloth behind you, and you just sway to the side easily as the blade swings past your ear. You grab onto his arm, turning around with like this reverse slash which guts him, and then you just throw the corpse away from you.
Straight.
And then the one that was fainting, with your momentary distraction, launches in with his attacks.
Oh, motherfucker.
And no sneak attack because you just killed the guy.
That's hilarious.
So 5, 6, 11 points of damage.
So that would have actually been a lot more. Actually, why am I not for that? That would have actually been a lot more damage if it had sneak attack.
Because it would have crit on the sneak attack, yeah.
So that's 11, so that's 83. Okay.
And then one of them is stunned, so he can't do anything. The other one, he's just seen his. Yeah, no, he's going to take the disengage action as a cunning action and start legging it out of the alleyway. Like his companion has been like properly catapulted out with like a thunderous kick straight out of the alleyway and is like lying in a heap. So no, he's having none of this. You watch as he disengages and just starts running, trying to be lost in the gloom. And then we're on to Ciel.
Finally! Yay. So this dude is running. How far? Like.
So he was 15 feet away from you. Then he would have run and then dashed. So he's like 75 feet now.
Okay, sure. So who's next to me? Which one's the closest?
To you?
Yeah. But they're all still
Just May. May's next to you.
I think I'm gonna attack May. I'm joking.
So one person's run away,
Yeah.
and then the other person
Yeah,
standing
one's
next to me.
Oh, so there's one next to you.
Are there any more?
Drawing the map. I didn't realise. Not that you can see. No, there's one in front of you, Tilly, and there's a stunned guy. Yeah,
Okay, I'll go and get the one in front of
and one
Tilly.
that's running away.
I'll get the one in front of Tilly.
The one who's
In front of
stunned.
what? You're cutting it. The stunned guy
No, in front of you.
in front of me, right?
Oh, actually,
the
the
one
stun one will give me advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
go for the stun dude.
Okay.
Give me that
Who drew that? Was that you, Mickey? This.
Yeah.
I only drew Owynn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I see.
Oh,
All right. Those are both hits.
And as a bonus action, can you just imagine I'm wearing the cloak of many fashion, and I'm gonna turn it into like a flamey red color kind of thing.
Oh, your cloak of many fashions.
Yeah,
You're turning into a what? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
like a red flamey kind of color. I think you can also change the material.
Let me turn you up. Are you at like max?
No, I think maybe the threshold might be a bit
Oh, yeah,
high.
I've got you at 200%. That's better. It's just that every time you talk, the music picks up.
Oh,
It's just annoying. A red flaming what?
a red flaming cloak.
Oh right, the cloak itself bursts into flame.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Matching the flame of your weapon. Yeah. Both hits on this stunned guy. Oh geez, what's that, 18 and then 28. Yeah, okay, he's super dead. So your cloak bursts into flame, your flaming sword comes down, slicing like this big X across his chest. He's stunned, barely manages a gurgle or a gasp before his scorched flesh and clothes just collapse onto the ground. He's
She
dead.
got the stunned one, by the way, Aaron. She got
Yep.
the stunned one, not the Tili one.
Okay.
Cool. That's your cloak of many fashions, right? Bonus action.
Yeah.
All right. So you hear this commotion behind you, Tili. You notice like the pounding of feet on cobblestones as one of them begins to book it. But there is still one ahead of you, and he managed to actually draw blood. So, what are you doing?
Right, okay. Is the guy running away? Is he in sight or has he gone around a corner?
He's gone around a corner. Yeah,
Right, okay, fair enough.
he left the alley and immediately went left. Okay, well that's a hit.
Wait, don't tell me the second one. Oh yeah, no, that's yeah. You can tell me the second one.
That's a hit.
Just to keep in mind, I have precision attack now, and I can choose to do precision attack after I roll, but before you tell me the effects of the roll. So the second one's a hit as well, is it?
Yep.
Does he die?
Nope.
Oh,
This guy's uninjured
he's uninjured.
until
Oh,
now.
okay, until now.
Sorry, until you just did 20 points of damage to him. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a hit. Now he's dead.
Sweet.
Yeah, so a whirlwind of steel, a splat of blood, and a moan as the guy is disemboweled, crashes back onto the merciless stone of these Athcatlan streets. And your movement? Are you chasing the guy or?
No, I'll just tell somebody else to do it because I don't think I'll be able to catch up with him. So I say like May Owynn, make sure it doesn't get away.
All right, May, you hear this? What do you do?
I move like the fucking wind,
All right.
but only 40 feet because I need to. I'm going to move quietly. How the fuck? Because I'm fucking out. He's gone around the corner, right?
Yeah.
So he won't know. He won't really know where I am.
Yeah.
So
You won't be hidden unless you hide.
You got to take the hide action.
did hide,
Yeah.
didn't I? Earlier. Oh,
Was that after your attack or before
You're
your attack?
in.
So there's a stealth
You-
roll. So
you
we'll just take
hid-
that.
No, you hid whilst he was inside of you. So
Do you want me to re-roll?
Not hidden.
Well, like I think you
I can
rolled
reroll.
prematurely, and I said basically you're in an alleyway and there's nowhere to hide.
Yeah, I re-roll, or you can take that. It's a decent roll, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely roll this turn to hide from it.
Okay.
All right.
And then I'm gonna come out of the alleyway and like shoot after I would expect him to be.
Wherever he is, if you can see him.
Yeah, because he had to run out of the alleyway and he couldn't triple dash
He's
because
just
he'd use his bonus action to
yeah.
disengage, so he could just one dash. Sorry, not triple dash. He couldn't double dash. So yeah, with your 40 foot of movement, you're able to just reach the edge of the alleyway, and you peer through the gloom just as you're the edge of your dark vision, just towards the edge of your dark vision, and you can see the flapping of his cloak amidst various market stalls closed for the night. There's one or two just people walking along the riverfront, the canal front, You ignore them, train your crossbow, and let loose. So that's a hit.
Is it a sneak attack though?
It is, yeah. So you had advantage. That'll do it.
Yay!
Dead. So you watch the bolt arcs through the air, threading through like between the stalls, and then there's a thud as the figure ahead of you stumbles. The bolt protruding from his back, and trips over his feet, tumbles, and then lies still. And that's the end of combat. Well done, guys. You beat the Shadow Thieves.
Do we level up?
I feel like a badass sniper.
Can we have a take stock, see if there's anybody that wasn't in this immediate group?
I was watching.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll some perception checks.
I'm gonna walk around finishing, make sure they're all dead.
I'm gonna check their corpses, I guess.
Yeah. I'm checking them too.
Find out if they've got any. Well, she doesn't know who they are, right? So she's gonna be like, "Who are these guys?" Whispering to anyone that will hear her. Who were they? What do they want?
So yeah, peering through the gloom, Owynn, you look for anyone who might be maybe running off to tell someone. There are people around. There's like a couple walking by the canal front. They very much begin to walk very fast when they see you looking at them, and the fact that May has just like shot some guy who is running. They very much look like they don't want any trouble from anyone.
They're probably Shadow Thieves.
I'm gonna put my mask right over my face, and not like this or anything. Just like I just need to be hidden. That's all.
Was this the area that May was being?
It's close to it. You're not there yet.
Okay. So I guess Owen's like, this is the Shadow Guild. We need to get out of here immediately.
Oh, I turned
No,
my
I
cloak.
can't. I have to meet him.
Yep, let's go.
I turned my cloak black.
I was actually gonna stay back for a
Black.
Yeah.
Okay.
bit. You guys go.
Probably less conspicuous. So that's what you find, rifling through their pockets.
Are we gonna? Shall we just? Because it's me and Carmen, I guess.
Yeah.
Should we just split it in half or so?
Sure, if you wanna, yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably just hand whatever you hand me to Summerwise, so he puts it. It's like a chain of coins. Like you give it to me, I give it to Summerwise. He puts it in the.
Okay, so. God, they're all fucking odd numbers.
That's fine. You can keep like a larger amount if you want. Don't mind.
Okay.
I'll probably have a chat with May as she's doing it, because she was really bad at stealthing earlier too. She has like no concept of how we're trying to be quiet. So she's just like, these guys were not very strong, were they? What were they thinking? Kind of lame guild, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing we're all here, but I mean, they just fell down like flies.
Owen's still like, guys, we gotta go. We gotta go now.
Yeah.
These guys are dangerous. There's more of them.
I'm just a second. I've got a thing. I have to put it in my pocket. Okay, gosh.
May's gonna stride on like ahead now at the front.
I'm just pocketing. There. Okay. So I'm probably one of the last ones to sort of follow the rest
stay
of the
behind.
group. Okay.
Yeah.
Tilly,
I'm gonna stay behind.
are you coming?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll catch up.
Okay. Okay.
Tilly. Okay.
I'll probably like follow the others while looking back and just like, are you sure? Really? But then eventually go.
I'd stay with Tilly.
You're gonna stay with me? Okay, so Tilly starts dragging the bodies out into the main street and piling them up.
What? Why?
Jesus Christ.
What
To
is
show
this?
that the shadow
It's just
thieves
sending
don't,
us
don't yeah. So the
a
shadow thieves
message.
don't fuck with us.
It's about sending a
Oh
message.
god.
Yeah, you should write in their blood. Don't fuck with us.
I was thinking that, but she's
And
not
then
so sort
An
of
octopus.
Yeah, she's not.
Just draw
Oh, dear.
draw an octopus.
You guys are pretty confident in your abilities if you want to take on a realm-spanning organization. The Shadow Thieves.
Look at Asarak, his like century spanning. So
It's good. We love to make friends.
Okay, so 3 of you head on through the streets while, I guess, Tili and Ciel stay back. Ciel, are you helping Tili drag these bodies? Otherwise it's going to take her a little while.
No, I'm not going to be helping. I'm just confused with
Really
why she's
confused.
doing that.
you're like checking up on me, fair enough.
Alright, so the rest of you then, 3 of you, speed walk your way through more streets, come finally to a house. It looks fairly weather beaten. There's like water stains from the rain. It hasn't been given a fresh paint of coat in a while. And then there is just a single rusty iron gate out the front, leading down some steps to like a basement entrance. It doesn't look like there's a top floor entrance to this building. It goes down, and there's just a simple wooden door. Also,
Sorry, I
fairly
missed the
old.
description.
You're at an old house.
Okay.
It's kind of mildewy.
Is it? How big is it?
A modest size house.
Like single story?
So it's got like a basement entrance. So it looks single story with a basement.
Okay.
But there's no entrance on the main level. And it's not an attached house. It's by itself.
So, the aim would be to check for traps, obviously, on the outside if no one's, or well, it's usually May's job, isn't it? So,
You can do that.
20.
Nope, doesn't appear trapped.
Do I
Innocuous enough.
hear anything? Any people? Any movement?
20. No. You're not. You got to go through the gate and down the stairs and there first. You hear the general. There's some footsteps of people walking about during the night. You can't quite see them, just echoing around the buildings nearby. There are some birds or maybe bats flitting through the sky overhead.
Thank you. So I guess she just looks at Owynn and goes, "Should we go?" Heal.
Let's do it.
All right. We're gonna just go
Cool.
in through the front.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm
Basement.
in the back. I'll just follow them wherever they go.
We're going in, downstairs.
All right. So the gate releases a tortured squeal as you open it, and you head down the steps, cracked steps to this door. But as you turn the small brass knob on the front, it's locked.
Oh. Should I knock? Looking at her,
Yeah,
like
maybe-
desperately needing some, or Carmen, yeah.
I
Looking
just
for
nod.
reassurance.
Like, yeah, do that.
So she's just like not used to knocking before she goes into a locked door. Gives
I'll
it
stand further back. Just Well, looks like no one's home. Let's go. Start walking backwards.
You wait for a moment then, and after a little bit of time, there's like the rattling of chains, and the door is pulled open at a crack. You see an eye at the opening, and then as it takes the measure of you, the door opens wider. And you see a man you don't recognize. Small smattering of stubble on his otherwise lined face. To be middle-aged human, and his clothes are very plain. He's wearing like a leather jerkin of some sort, pretty nondescript, and has, as far as you can tell, dark hair. There's a patch of silver in it, and without saying a word, he just nods and opens the door for you.
She just again looks at the other two like, what about the other two?
I'm sure they'll be along shortly.
So I'm gonna cautiously step inside and look around. Fight you.
Inside the doorway, you're in a little hallway, like a corridor. There's a staircase, a wooden staircase to your right, and there's a door, another door at the far end of the corridor. This one slightly less weather beaten, still old, but spared the ravages of rain.
Okay, so does he lead us down this corridor?
Well, I mean, you stepped inside. I don't know. Is everyone else following?
I might like sort of hang back a bit, and she's probably unsure if the others are going to find us because, they didn't see us go down there, so she
They
might
also don't know where it is.
Oh, right, that's true. I guess she'll just sort of be like,
Well, we can send up a flare.
Or in a sending stone.
we're in this. Who has the sending stone though?
I think we all decided to have them, didn't we?
Just-
Is that
No,
not
No,
a
because
thing?
we'd have like 120 sending stones.
No, we can just send up a flare from May, because we got it way back when. She has a wand of like...
But it doesn't go through buildings.
No, but we're outside.
Mm.
We can send one up, and they go
It's
in.
going to be
Do we really
visible
wanna
from the
reveal
whole
where we are?
city.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not
Loads
really
of
a good
people
idea.
will just come and see what's going on.
I think we probably would just not bother. We'd just be like, oh well. May's not even thinking about that. She's just like, I'm gonna.
Can you leave the door open? I'll just wait here. I mean, I can just.
And Carmen can just wait outside.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, don't lock it. Okay. And then I'll
Don't get into antics.
I'll stand at the at the street where we turned into, because we went. Well, any part that if they followed in the direction we came, that I would see them come towards me.
This is fucking killing me. I swear to God, this is a prank. It's like, and you're slaves now. To be fair, it'd be pretty funny, but.
But yeah, before I go to the top of the stairs, I'll look in the door as May goes in, so that I can see the space behind the door, so that if they do close it and we don't see or hear of them, I can dimension door there.
I think Owynn might like cast like I don't think you can light on something and maybe just keep it in his pocket so he can just like look, and if it winks out then he'll be concerned. Just a
Do you have subtle spell?
No, I do not.
You're just going to cast a spell in front of this guy.
Well, I assume did he turn around?
He's got the door open now, expectantly. May's walked in.
Okay, no, I won't until unless I can be subtle about it without being subtle spell. I'm not going to do it right in front of him. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, if he's there, I'll just go. I'm just going to wait for some friends, and I'll join you in a bit. Please don't lock it. Yeah. Yeah.
Does this guy look like a decent fellow, or does he look like just a
roll
normal
insight.
person?
Take the measure of him. He doesn't look stooped or anything. He doesn't look like he doesn't look malnourished, anything like that. He's just
Bet he looks like a nice, really, really nice, upstanding citizen. If I roll insight.
yeah. You're not getting any bad.
Definitely.
Zero.
Okay.
You're not getting any bad vibes of him necessarily. It's just an
He's totally
intensity.
harmless.
Sure.
No intensity. What are you talking about? There's no intensity. Anyway, I'll.
All right. So you two step inside. He gestures with his left hand to the end of the corridor, wordlessly, and closes the door behind you, taking out a large ring of iron keys, and locking the door.
Even though Carmen's just been like, can you just not lock the door, please?
It's fine. I can get us out after. It's fine. Where
Excellent.
are we?
I don't know. You brought us
You're
there.
in this entry hallway at the moment. He's just gestured to the end of the corridor.
Yeah, we'll go that way.
Okay. Okay, so we'll just walk down. And she
Yep.
sort of like looks at the guy, sort of. What?
He nods as you look at him and gestures once again. He's following behind you as you walk down the corridor.
What's behind this door?
He says, an associate of mine, and perhaps the answers you seek.
And you, I mean, it all seems a bit. Why the secrecy?
I don't know what you mean. Please, all will be made clear in time.
Flut looks at Owynn.
Keep going. He just nods reassuringly.
Okay, I open the door.
All right. The room beyond is a lot larger than this sort of cramped entryway, so it opens out, but it's mostly unfurnished. It doesn't seem to be any wallpaper, any paint on the inside walls. It's just plain porous stone. It's damp. You see water stains on the ground. For the most part, there's nothing. There's a single wooden table in the center. Standing behind it, another man, this time robed, and he looks a lot thinner and more gaunt than his companion. He just watches you, doesn't gesture, doesn't make any sounds as you enter, or as you open the door, I suppose.
I'm not even. I mean, I make my. No, it's fine. I won't look around the room. Hello, I'm May. Who are you?
My name is not important, child, the man says through dry lips.
What? Well, I mean, I've told you mine, so it's just easier. Like, what do I refer to you as? Thin dude?
Whatever strikes your fancy.
Okay, thin dude. I don't know why you two are being so secretive, but I was told that you might know who my father is. Name is Dahai. That's all I know. I mean, I don't know if Dahai is a common name in the East, but I'm told that you might have some ideas. So any help would be amazing, please.
Are you entering the room? Are you staying this from the threshold of the door?
I'm entering the room.
Okay.
Assuming that Owynn is coming in with.
Are you following?
Owynn is just continually behind.
All right. So you file into the room. The man at the door behind you. He closes the door behind you, but he doesn't lock it.
Is he in the room with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he's in the room with you. The thin man at the table then says, in answer to your questions, we or I perhaps specialize in finding people, and my associate here says you have need of our services. I presume it is to find this Dahai, yes? And you are his daughter, correct?
Yes. I believe he knows that he has one, but we've never met. I don't know what he looks like, only that he is from the Empire of Sholung, which is east of here. I assume you know that. Sorry, I'm just a bit nervous. Sorry. You find people?
Yes, that's right. Tell me, do you have any knowledge of magic, child?
Me. I mean, I know people that have magic. I'm not really one to delve into that, really.
Very well. And your companion?
You
Owynn?
don't know shit.
You have a license, right?
Of course.
Yes, well, please don't be shy. Make yourselves at home, he says with a wry smile, gesturing to the mostly empty room.
Okay. She just awkwardly sits down on the.
Yes, well, the magic one usually employs for these sort of spells often requires a familiarity with the target. And where there is no such familiarity, often an object that is well known or connected to the target in some way can be used.
So she doesn't really know what to do. She just fumbles around in her bag, I need something of his. I don't have anything. Only myself.
And indeed, where an item cannot be found, we can use the connection in blood to find them.
Okay. Yeah. Take some of mine. Do you want me to do it, or do I? How much? Again, looking at Owynn I don't want.
A small vial will suffice, please. And he gestures over to the table, drawing a gleaming dagger from his belt.
I pull one out. I pull my own dagger out. I don't suppose I could use my own.
As you wish.
Just being
He replaces
cautious.
his dagger and takes out a vial.
So I take the vial and I pass it to Owynn. Can you help?
Of course.
It's like her hand shaking. Could you please? Sorry.
Sure. Just let's make a little pinprick slit hair thing. Done.
Yeah. Are you gonna slice your palm and squeeze it into the vial, or?
I'm not stupid. No. Fucking I hate when people do that. That'll never fucking heal.
Unless there's healing magic in the world.
That's true. Yeah, I'm just gonna take some from. Yeah, I guess my finger, but my left finger, so I don't have to worry too much about. Wait.
It'll take a while to fill a vial and
Oh,
just
okay.
drops from your
And
finger.
fine hand then. Let's be super anime.
Alright, well you take 1 point of slashing damage then.
Oof.
As you bleed into this vial. And when it's full, you can cork it, pass it back to the gaunt man standing at the table. His companion stands by the door wordlessly.
Okay, now what?
Please allow me a moment. He places the vial in the center of the table and begins to sketch a piece of chalk, lines around this centerpiece, symbols that you don't recognize, sigils, geometric shapes, diagrams. It takes a good few minutes. Eventually, he seems satisfied and he puts away the chalk.
So?
And now I must begin my incantation, please. This requires some concentration, if you wouldn't mind staying silent.
May's biggest problem. Just ever faced.
So May just like sits, but is like fidgeting, like. And she's always looking at Owynn for reassurance. Like just. What?
It's okay.
All right. So the man begins to incant, the syllables rolling out much more deep than his otherwise spindly frame would give credit for. And as he does so, the chalk now begins to glow with an arcane blue flame, filling in from the out and working its way towards the center. And then eventually the vial, you can see the blood within it begins to glow and pulse, as though on fire itself. Finally, his eyes flash. There is a tendril of smoke that works its way up now out of the vial. You can see the liquid inside. Your blood is fully expent now, just a black sludge. He takes a deep breath, his eyes closed, and then looks around the room. Behind you, maybe with a start, you hear the man who had been silent this entire time say, "Do we have it?" And the man at the table says, "Indeed we do. You've been very helpful, Mei Li." And he clasps a ring, which you didn't see before, twists it, and disappears, as does the man behind him.
So I stand
It
up really.
happens in an instant, and you are left alone now in the room.
Was that
Owynn?
teleportation or was that invisibility?
I think you can use a reaction if you want to work out a spell.
Yeah.
And if it's of a higher level, you need to make an Arcana check. So give me an Arcana check.
Perfect.
Hey.
You gonna fucking stop me?
It's not invisibility because you can. I think you're high enough level to cast that.
Not.
So I like there's no composure. I just shout like, wait, but please, where are you? Where did you go? Owynn, where have they gone? What happened?
Shit.
I start crying.
We just
like,
have a.
I thought that this would be a real lead. What do they want my blood
glances around the room and make sure that there's nothing else that they seem to have missed.
Yeah, sure. Make a perception check.
And I start running around the walls as well, and like bashing at them, trying to find something secret. Like,
okay. Roll investigation.
No, they can't be gone. They can't be gone. They can't be.
But it, in fact, appears that they are. No trace remains of these strange men. The room entirely bare, leaving no clue as to who they were, where they were from, or even what they wanted.
Yeah, she's she's very upset. She grabs Owynn and just like pries into his arm.
Yeah, I think Owynn will just dimension door them outside the other entrance of the door. So where Carmen is.
Okay, so Carmen, as you're tapping your feet, looking through the streets, suddenly there's a flash of silver as this gateway opens in front of you, and Owynn steps out with May in tow, her face streaked with tears.
I'm like still clinging to Owynn, like
You can see she's left like a bloody handprint on his robes.
It looks like
Did they touch your butt or something when they tried to enslave you? Told you it was a trap.
it didn't. I don't know what it was. They asked me for my blood, and they knew my full name. It was weird. I didn't remember giving them my full name. I don't know what happened, but they're gone. They're gone.
Wait, you gave them your blood? What? Do you know what they... Who were they? Did they give you a name?
No, they didn't. They said that they could find.
You didn't
My father.
ask their name?
I
Before
did!
you gave them your blood? I mean, I think like giving blood is
No!
kind of like a step after, you know, like first you hold hands, then you kiss, then you have sex, then you give blood. I mean, not even asking a name seems like a little bit careless, may just say. Okay. Can I... Wait, tell me more details! I want to figure out what this is! Can I like, figure out whether or not, what... So, like, the thing is, I don't know whether or not Carmen would be able to put this together.
She didn't see anything, did she?
Yeah, she's like, Carmen's not very quiet, so she's probably loudly talking, so you can hear it from far away. So I'm not sure whether or not Carmen would be able to put this together, but I have a feeling from this story that since they knew May's name, they might be looking for her dad as well, who might be someone more important than she thinks he is, and they need his blood, which is her blood, to locate him over her. So, like, with some sort of magic. So I'm trying to figure out whether or not she could know minimal information about anything relating blood to magic, of finding people scrying or something.
Geez, you are level 10. Let me see here.
She's been reading a lot of Astrax books.
But you don't have proficiency in Arcana, so I'm going to say no, you don't.
Okay,
No,
do I roll?
This is magical theory that you don't.
Okay.
No roll.
I roll. Doesn't know. Okay. Yeah, I guess she might then vaguely just leave out that scrying bit and just sort of guess that maybe her dad is more important than she thinks and the blood was important.
Sure, that's a pretty reasonable deduction based on evidence, even without knowing magic involved.
Did you find your daddy, eh?
Yeah, I think rather than them helping us with our search, we helped them with theirs.
Why didn't you just wait, though? If I had been in the room, I could have counterspelled them disappearing.
You could have come in the room.
Yeah.
Well, but the others didn't know. What if these guys were going to beat you up, guys? I was waiting for the cavalry.
That's fair enough, yeah, I can understand that, Carmen. You guys can't handle yourselves.
Of course not. Look what happened.
May's kind of like, she's got like this horror, like utterly depressed. Like she can't speak. She's just
So it's
Like, just-
getting relatively late, I imagine. How about we tomorrow we should go and well, at least you guys can go and find out what he needed for the blood. Maybe he kept the information to himself and chased him. Just like, or maybe he's like done something else with it. Have you got was there anything left behind?
no.
They didn't look. They just came back.
Yeah, they
The
looked.
blood was spent.
But
and I don't
like
think it was even there.
they didn't leave the vial behind or anything like
There's
that.
nothing there. I think the magic had gone. I think we need to go to a court wizard or someone that's a little bit more trustworthy and ask them for their expert opinion.
Yeah, we could also go back and find a library about magic that involves blood.
Blood magic.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't that it was specifically needing blood. It was the fact that the blood was relating to this guy, to May's father. So
That's what they said.
they
Also-
asked for something else first. My expectation is that blood wasn't the goal. I don't think this is blood magic.
They just wanted to find the guy.
Yeah, I think it was just something that they can, hone in on him.
Right. Oh, I think like seeing how depressed May gets as she was, being quite mean to her and stuff, she'll eventually feel bad and just sort of, May, don't feel too bad. Maybe we can find that guy who told you about these people in the first place. I mean, it's possible he's run off, but the people around there might know who he was, and we can track him down and then beat him up, and find out some more, because maybe this is the lead. They seem to know your dad, so this is the best lead you've had so far. And just sort of like tries to gently rub her back. It's like, it's okay, we'll make the best of it. We're pretty badass. We can handle these fuckers.
She has a smiles a little bit and goes, yeah, you're right. Maybe we could ask around the Temple of Ogma about the guy that I met. Maybe they would be able to determine if you work there, or we could
what was his
research like
name?
location finding magic or people finding magic. Yeah, we'd learn plenty from this.
Yeah. At the very least, you know a couple of faces, so we can maybe ask around.
Yeah.
Also, maybe we should investigate the building. What else did you see inside? Were there other rooms? We should totally go in and thoroughly search.
I think it was just a corridor into a room, and there was literally. I think this was purely a stop for them. They didn't.
Yeah, I think it was just.
But what about clues? Like maybe you can see whether or not there was just the two, or maybe there were more people there, or any sort of traces.
We're here. If we're going to check it out, we may as well check it out.
Yeah, this is one part of the clue, isn't it? Why this building? Who does it belong to? And if somebody's given permission for people to just hang out here, they might even know who they were. Because where would they get locks from, right? This was locked from the inside. They must have had the key.
She looks at Tilly like, could go around a bit longer.
Oh yeah, I'm in no rush. I'll stick around and make sure no more shadow thieves come.
Can you see okay though?
Yeah. I have my moon.
What did you say?
Can I try to pick the lock?
It's locked from the inside with chains.
Damn it!
The dimension door to the other side, then pick the lock.
Yes! It's just Carmen's just learned how to do it.
Yeah.
So she's like, I want to pick a lock.
Yeah, go on
You gotta
then.
buy some thieves tools.
Surely she bought some.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
tools, that's why I was practicing with them.
Oh, you already have some. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have just said you don't have thieves tools. It's just that
Yeah,
have
there
to
they are.
mark money off.
No, I have them.
You already have them. That's fine.
The reason I started learning is because I found a set.
Gotcha.
Okay, well, who wants to go in with me? I guess May, right? In case I fail, she can open
yeah,
it.
makes sense.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay,
forget you
I'll
can take
cast
it with you.
I'll cast Dimension Door to go on the inside to then pick the lock.
All right.
Okay,
well,
yeah, it does look like it's locked. There's no lock on the door. It's like a chain that's put over
Yeah.
with a padlock. So yeah, you can try to fix that if you want.
Okay. Do I
Alright.
just click
my
these
now to
tools, or
put
what
my
do I do?
now that you know you've been taught well by me. You know, I'm sure.
Yeah, the padlock pops off.
I did it, May! I did it! I finally did it! Oh, this is
Should,
so
like,
satisfying.
Well done. Done.
I'll open the door then and beam at Owynn on the other side. Like,
He gives her 2 thumbs up.
This night has clearly been an unmitigated success.
yep.
Okay, so we're all gonna. Should we all file in? And I guess good.
No,
Thorough.
Tilly will keep watch outside.
Okay.
Yep.
Ciel come in.
Yeah, I'll use my Sharingan.
She can help us with her Sharingan.
Okay, so there doesn't look like there's anything else on this level. It looks like really the hallway and then a basement. Like the room was the actual basement. There's nothing stored there, but there is the wooden staircase. You can go up to the next floor if you want.
Yeah, let's do it. There's no magic or anything.
No magic. There's a faint residue of magic on the chalk that's left on the table. Like the faint residue of divination magic.
Should we take the chalk?
We can do. If it's.
No, he
no,
took the piece of chalk with him, but there's chalk drawn on the table.
Oh, sorry.
Owynn-
Right.
Owynn should totally copy the drawings.
You might. It's
Of the
on the
magic.
table.
Yeah.
So we can
Yeah.
actually show it to people and they can tell us what it is.
Sounds good. Then we'll do that. If
Copy
you could
it
take
all.
the table with them, then they might be able to use that to figure out where the guy's gone. But I don't think that's possible. Maybe we'll just.
I don't know if we can just steal the table.
Yeah, bit awkward. I guess I can't identify his sigil. That's probably not how this works.
No, you can't cast identify on it. You got to cast it on an object, so you would identify the table as
This
a table.
non-magical table. Hey guys, you can eat your food. You can play some board games on here.
Okay, so let's go upstairs and yeah. I'll have to just copy that down.
Okay.
Okay, you head up the stairs. They are creaky, they groan, the tortured wood beneath your feet.
I'm checking for traps as I go up, by the way.
Alright, and make a perception check. It's not trapped. No. It's safe to go up the stairs. The second level of this house, the ground level, I suppose. It's an empty, gutted shell of a house. The rooms are bare. Wooden floorboards, stone walls, but no furniture to speak of. The same sort of musty, mildewy dampness remains.
So we just have a like leave no stone unturned and just see if we can find anything at all around.
Yep. Okay. So there are no stones to even turn. This place is barren. You prod at the floorboards, perhaps hoping for a secret compartment or something concealed. You look at the doors, maybe see if there's any secret crawl spaces, or the walls. But no. This house is a house, perhaps derelict, or just unlived in.
Oh well, it's worth a try.
Yeah.
And she
Well-
sort of sighs and shrinks.
Yeah, before just tell us all details about how these guys look, just so we remember, things. If you remember eye colors and skin
So
tone
can,
and like
can draw him.
So there was
age,
Yeah, I was
one
gonna say, can-
detail.
clothing.
Yeah, there's one detail I missed was that the voice of the man at the door matched the one who spoke over your shoulder in the temple.
Okay.
Okay, so he's gone.
As far as we know, he's gone. Yeah, and then so can cartographers actually draw people?
Paint, eye calligraphy, and now cartography as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have painter's supplies? Are you like an
Yeah.
actual painter? Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, you can paint. You're proficient in that.
Should have.
Because you've seen both, yeah. You should totally draw like wanted posters for these two.
Yeah.
Was there any
absolutely.
distinct, apart from the fact that he was thin? Was there anything distinctive about him other than that?
His robes looked. I mean, they were very plain, sort of brown, almost burlap coloured robes. He was about of average height. His eyes were brown as well. He was fairly normal looking. And I gave the description of his companion earlier.
Okay, so just there's not anything remarkable about them at all. The ring, how much of that did I register?
So you didn't notice the ring at first. Like even when he was casting his spells, waving his hands, it didn't look like he had a ring. There's nothing glinting on his finger, but he definitely grasped something, twisted it.
Okay, he grasped something.
We just don't know anything about them. We're just gonna have to do some research in the morning. I think there's nothing here. Let's just go. Let's just go.
I think we call it a night, and then we look for someone who can identify what spell was used.
I mean, at the end of the day, if it was that they were looking for him. All right, David. As I was saying, at the end of the day, he keeps doing stupid footballer impression, At the end of the day, end of the day, we got in the net. I'm really proud of my team, yeah.
Mike Flanagan. Nicky Flanagan.
They were the better team on the pitch tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, ultimately, it doesn't necessarily. If it was they were just looking for my dad, what matters is that they're gone. We don't know where they went, and they've taken my blood, and I don't know.
Don't you think that your dad might be in danger though?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, but I don't know where he is, who he is, anything.
Yeah, but that seems like it's important to figure out now.
I know, but whether or not we
To
know
the
what the
library.
spell is.
Well, if we can get
I
a
have
wizard,
the leads.
if we can get any sort of wizard and like have him look at the actual circle, maybe we can actually figure out exactly what they did.
Yep.
They had a ring that they used.
And we know there's some sort of magic to apparently do something with your blood. So we could possibly also get a wizard to do the same thing, except instead of fucking off, he'll tell us what the hell he found out.
Yes. But
Oh,
all
I
this is
see.
probably
He'll use. I do have more blood.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just go and think about it tomorrow morning. May does not sleep that night.
All right. I assume you don't go back the way you came because Tilly left a pile of corpses, and the guards had definitely been notified.
I don't know.
May's like,
Does Tilly
maybe go that way.
Does Tili, do you mention this as you're on your way back?
Only if somebody asks.
Well,
I definitely mention it.
Ciel, shut up.
I definitely
Yeah.
tell them to not go that way.
Okay. I need
Why
to
is that,
switch.
Ciel?
You did what?
Yeah, I put their bodies up because I thought I'd send them a message saying that they can't mess with us.
What?
They can't just go around mugging strangers in the middle of the night. And I'm saying that's what they get if they try that.
You messed with the warrior!
I think it's the drugs that mess Tilly up.
Yeah, I think Carmen will just not tell everybody that she's been telling big tales about us all over town.
Yeah.
Just like,
Oh, I wonder why we were attacked at night. It's really 100% recognizable from the
Let's
detail of the
just-
stories.
yeah, let's just hope that, yeah, nobody recognizes, because, yeah, and I think once she hears that, she'll take off her captain's hat and like put it under her coat and just like,
Who's just been wearing it the whole time.
of course, it's like part of her outfit right
Oh
now.
my god.
She's
I'll be
really
right back in a
proud of
second.
it.
Actually, now I'm going to load up Discord.
Did you get your spyglass, by the way?
Yeah, I was gonna mention that when it's my turn to do my stuff.
Oh, sorry. I thought we'd basically done it, but
Oh, okay, then I'll just add it.
Yeah.
Is that one word or is it two?
One
it's just
word.
one word. Yeah.
One word.
We can mark off 1,000 for it.
100,000 gold.
Is that one? Like one is 1,000, or is 100?
That's 100.
So,
Maybe.
then I have my
Your hairy sack.
hairy sack. There you go.
Excellent. Okay, so no sleep in May that night. So what we'll do is we'll carry on. You've still got a little bit of downtime that we've got to come to the end of, but I guess you've got some extra things you want to do, like in the meantime, some researching. So specifically, you were going to take the sketch of the circle, maybe to a wizard or something.
Yeah.
And what else? Was that it?
Maybe get them to cast the same spell.
Well, I suppose it depends. Like, if we find a wizard, then we can just ask him what it is. If we can't quite find someone who knows exactly what it is, we might want to go to the library and research sort of blood magic type stuff that, you know, and ask around, like, figure out where to find people who can replicate this to sort of figure out what happened first of all.
And you're all in this together now.
No, Tilly's going to still be doing her own thing.
I think Carmen is interested. I think she thinks it's like a magical mystery, and she feels pretty interested overall. And she kind of feels bad for May because like, you know, it's just she was taunting her with her fuck up, but at the end of the day, she felt bad that she did. So she's like, okay, I'll help her, you know. And obviously, since I'm the expert in magic, it's kind of my responsibility to make sure this works nicely and smoothly. So, yeah, so that's probably why she'll help.
We need to get an actual expert of magic on this team. Because...
I mean, Carmen literally doesn't quite know that she's not. You know, she does think she's pretty good at magic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, oops, missed that. Let's see here. There will be more than enough people learned in the way of magic. In fact,
Hello.
Temple of Ogma probably staffed with a few Arcana clerics who would be plenty versed in the ways of magic to help you out. They'll just require a small donation for their time. Let's see. So yeah, if you want to donate like 20 gold, then they will help you out with your question. Mark off 20 gold.
If we're in the Temple of Ogma, can we also ask him about the guy in particular, not just the...
Yeah.
Sure. What exactly are you asking him about?
So I guess the things we've got is we've got the diagram of what it actually is.
Mhm.
We've got the description, which includes the blood. We've got the
Very beautiful painting of his face.
the beautiful paintings of his face,
Sure.
their
you've got-
face.
so yeah.
Uh,
Could you make a painter's check as well? Actually, I need that
Woo!
for your
damn.
Oh,
Is
damn.
this
see how
Wacky
good your
lame
likeness
game?
is all.
I was just like, no, that's not. No, fix that bit. No, he had flat.
Intelligence. It's intelligence.
You practically
It's a
got a
fucking
photo.
masterpiece. Van Gogh?
Perfect likeness.
Hyper realism.
Hyper realistic. Yeah. You sketched it with a pencil, or I don't know if they had pencils back then. So just charcoal.
I imagine, you know that
There's
picture of
paint,
of Squidward when he's like really, really realistic looking, like that picture. And I just
I
imagine
know
that.
the one, but only from memes because I haven't watched SpongeBob.
Yeah, I know it's a famous one.
Good
All right.
cosplay.
So no, he doesn't recognize this man,
What?
either of them.
But we're here.
Like he knows all the acolytes in the temple, and these men are not one of them.
You let this imposter just walk around.
Ogma shares knowledge freely. This is open to everyone.
He was posed
We
as
let
an-
anyone walk around here.
But damn it.